Hey guys, Liam here. Time for some more Steam Deck news. But first of all, can I just say, how dare you? I sound absolutely nothing like Salad Fingers. Just listen to this classic animation.
I like rusty spoons.
Just what? How do I sound anything like that, you weirdos? But also, thank you. You are very kind as well, but I'm actually from southern UK. Now, on to the news. First up, there's been a rather nice update to Resident Evil 5 that has removed Games for Windows Live, adds in local split-screen co-op, and has some other minor bug fixes. Thanks to this, as you can see from my footage here, it works on Steam Deck and no workarounds are needed. It's simply click and play with the current main Proton 7. I'm not really up to date on Resident Evil, there's so many of them now, it can be a bit confusing and a bit daunting to jump back in, but for those who have been wanting better support, here you are. It's also good to see developers go back and continue to upgrade their older titles, because what a pain in the butt Games for Windows Live was, right? Back in the days of Windows Vista, I remember when they tried to charge people to play online. It was absolutely ridiculous on PC, and it's still maddening that some consoles charge for it even now. I've never really understood that. You're already paying for the game and your computer or Steam Deck and your internet. Why are people paying to play online? I'm really glad the Steam Deck and the PC as a whole remain as such an open platform. Next up in the news is Entropy 02, a free standalone Half-Life 2 story mod that focuses on Bad Cop that PC Gamer said was the best Half-Life 2 campaign since Half-Life 2. They're actually working towards a new release, which includes a whole bunch of Linux and Steam Deck improvements that's available in the 1.4 release beta that you can opt into on Steam. I'm not going to overly spoil this one yet for myself, as I'm going to give it a full playthrough once this new stable release is out and in full. But if you've never heard of it before, maybe it's something you'll also want to keep on your radar. It certainly seems like it could be a lot of fun, and at least from my early testing, this new build on Steam Deck seems to run quite nicely. I also wanted to have a note here that I've been playing around with this, the 8BitDo Ultimate Wireless, for about 3 months now, so I just wanted to talk about how wonderful this controller actually is to use. It's proper wireless, not Bluetooth, so you get good input from it, and honestly, this might be the most comfortable controller that I own. I love it. It's been plug and play on Steam Deck 2 since December last year, with a little dock to stick it in to charge it up as well. The only downside with the 8BitDo Ultimate Wireless is that the back paddles cannot be used on Steam Deck, and it sounds like that won't be changing anytime soon. Still, it's a nice controller overall. For those of you that want a pick up and play full wireless controller, take a look at it if the back paddle issue doesn't bother you. Now, in my last news video talking about SteamOS 3.4.6 and Doom Eternal ray tracing, I mentioned about a Steam Deck 2 and thinking on how long they should wait before announcing one. Part of the problem is long-term support and updates. For Valve, it's a little easier with the Steam Deck since it uses Linux, they can do what they want with it, they own Steam, and they can continue updates for as long as they want. Even years later, Steam updates can still be applied to the Steam Deck even after a Steam Deck 2 eventually releases because of how the Steam client works. This leads me on to my point here about picking the Steam Deck over something like Neo, who are constantly putting up new devices. Just look at their current product page listing on how many different models there are, and some of them even have a mixture of different processors available to choose from. They've also only just recently announced the Air Plus, yet another one. How can they do any kind of long-term support, both in terms of replacing issues with hardware and updating software, or even in the short term, if by the time people get their devices, they're ready to announce another? This is just one in a long list of reasons why I will always be personally sticking to the Steam Deck and whatever Valve comes up with next. It's just the safer option for your personal investment into it. We also hit a nice milestone recently with over 8,000 games being noted to be either playable or verified. As always, this is just an overall indicator of how many have actually been through formal verification, while many thousands more work fine, and some that are verified don't actually work all that well because, well, the system isn't perfect. Still, it's a nice indicator of progress overall and how things are going. As we can see here on Steam Database, which is the best list to use since it includes titles unlisted from the Steam store, but anyone who owns can still play, the current count is 5,062 playable, 3,000 verified, and 2,595 unsupported. Here's a good deal for those of you in the UK looking to upgrade your Steam Deck. Scan UK have another SSD upgrade available for you with a 1TB drive at around £100. Compared to some previous deals on this from other brands and other stores, it actually seems like a pretty good deal overall. Now, I know Elden Ring is a big game on Steam Deck, even though I'm absolutely horrible at it and I just fail at playing this, but you may want to know that an expansion has been announced. It's currently in development with very little known about it since they're only just announcing it's in progress right now. Another big game on Steam Deck is Cyberpunk 2077, which has worked pretty great for a while, especially after the FSR upgrade, but it is now actually fully Steam Deck verified too. I do already have a few videos of that on the channel, so go take a look. Valve also revealed the most played games on Steam Deck for February because yes, it is already somehow March. The most played games from top to bottom based on playtime are Hogwarts Legacy, Elden Ring, Vampire Survivors, Stardew Valley, Red Dead Redemption 2, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Grand Theft Auto 5, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim Special Edition, Hades, Brotato, Persona 5 Royal, Monster Hunter Rise, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Fallout 4, Cyberpunk 2077, Valheim, Slay the Spire, Marvel's Midnight Suns, NBA 2K23 and Project Zomboid. Now onto a technical note here, because the website Chips and Cheese recently did a really nice breakdown of the Steam Deck hardware, and they had some interesting finds, like an issue with the L3 cache. The good news is that Valve developer Pierre-Luc Griffet mentioned on Twitter about this that the L3 finding on Linux is likely caused by the C3 entry cache flush, which goes away in our upcoming 6.1 kernel. It doesn't affect most game workloads, but can be a real performance problem in some specific cases. So with an upcoming upgrade, hopefully that will be another performance issue solved on Steam Deck by an updated Linux kernel. Finally, something that may be outdated very soon but worth mentioning is that Valve seem to be preparing a major upgrade to Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Early indicators and leaks from Nvidia looked like it was going to be Counter-Strike 2, but it's far more likely to be the long-rumoured Source 2 upgrade for CSGO. I'm personally quite excited by this because I'm a big fan of CSGO and it will apparently release sometime in beta this month. Also, do be sure to check out my previous news video where I talk about the fun of ray tracing available in the new SteamOS preview. And if you like these news videos, be sure to follow along and let me know. But that's it for this news video. Please do like, subscribe and comment. Help me appease the mighty algorithm. Tell me what you think. And I'll see you later, Deckers.